So this first part of it, so I'm going to treat it in two different parts. First part of it is fairly standard, so we need to work out what is our annual mortgage interest. Take away the amount paid, and what's going to be left is the amount due, which will be asked for later on in the question. But the amount paid that was listed in the trial balance is going to be the wrong figure, so that will need to be adjusted, and that adjustment will happen through our suspense. Okay, so let's have a look and see how much mortgage interest should I have paid. So it says here, first of all, the amount paid for the first 3 months is 84. So this is the number that we know straight away. We know that number is wrong. So I need to go and change that, but I'm just going to put that in there just for now. So 8% fixed mortgage, including 60 grand. So that means that I had two different, if I treat it as two different mortgages, so I had 240 times 8%. That's for a full year, plus the new one, which is 60,000 times 8%, times how many months did I have that for? Issue the 1st to 4th, so therefore it would be 9 months. Okay, so if I just work out the maths on that, so 240 times 0.08 plus 60 times 0.08 times 9 months, so 9/12. So that's the interest that we should have paid. So 84 is the figure that we have marked in, or so 8,400 is the figure we've marked in as paid. So the amount that I should have paid, now I just put this in here, mortgage interest paid for the first 3 months. So this is 3 months. So how much should I have paid? Well, during the first 3 months I didn't have the new loan, so all I would have had is my old loan. So I'll just put this in here. So it's going to be 240 times 8% times 3 months. So I'll do the math on that. So 2,400 times 0.08 times, no, so I had it for 3 months, so 3/12. So 4,800. So that number is completely wrong. So what I'll need to do is, when I go and do, I've now fixed the annual mortgage interest figure, okay? So that number, just so we understand where it's all going to go. Financial expenses, we've got mortgage interest. So this is the amount that we should have paid for the year. We obviously didn't pay all of it yet. So the difference then is going to be a current liability. So current liability, I'm just going to put this in here, mortgage. So it's going to be 22,800, and I'm going to take away from that minus the figure that I've worked out, which is 4,800. So 18,000 is now due. Okay, so to fix this, okay, the figure at the moment is a debit figure, so I'll put this in here. So 8,400 debit. It should be 4,800 debit. So therefore I'm going to need to credit it. To fix it, I need to credit it with the difference. So 4,800 taken from that is 3,600. So wherever my suspense is, okay, and I'll just put the different figures there just to understand that. So wherever my suspense figure is, I'm going to need to put a debit in it, okay? So I'm just going to put in, where is suspense? Oh, salaries and general expenses. So salaries and general expenses starts off as 381,750. That's a debit, so that means I'll need to take away, because it's going. There's a credit in the mortgage interest, so therefore there's a debit in this, so I'll need to be adding on 3,600. So the new figure for salaries and general expenses is 381,750 plus 3,600. So that's the new figure for salaries and general expenses. That's the first part of it done. Now move on to the second part, and we'll come back and we'll be adjusting salaries and general expenses again. So we've done the first part. A VAT payment of 3.7 was entered only in the VAT account. So the VAT payment would have been a credit in the bank account. So I need to do a debit in VAT, okay? Which a debit in VAT means that at the moment, if I just look at up here, the 12,150, we end up with a current asset of, which it would be a debit figure, okay, of 9050. So that debit is going to have a further debit because my VAT account, so the double entry should have been bank, credit when I spend money, 3,700, credit, so VAT then needs to have 3,700, it is 3,700, yeah it is, okay, so 3,700 debit. So the VAT at the moment is 9050 debit, so that means it's going to be a bigger number. So we'll have 9050 plus 3,700, okay, that's all going to be a current asset. So that VAT figure is going to change from what I have already. So H47, so let's go down to my current assets, there we go. So there's a new figure that we're going to have for VAT. And obviously because the bank was done correctly, okay, we don't need to do anything there. We've put a debit in the VAT account for the thing that was missing, so that means we need to put the opposite in salaries and general expenses. So that means I'll go back up to salaries and general expenses. So I'll put a minus in here, minus 3,700. So the salary and general expenses is going to be that, minus 3,700. And I'll put that then in, so it's J45. Okay, so what we're left with is only salaries and general expenses because the suspense part of it has now been fixed, it's now been taken out. So we've changed our VAT figure, we have a new VAT figure in there. Our mortgage figure, we have the correct figure for mortgage, which is included in the total annual figure. When we take away the amount we paid, because you've worked out what the corrected figure is, 4A, take away from that, what's left then is going to be the amount due as current liability.